clean that lens. Alrighty. Just so you know, I am live now, Trey. I'm not doing a long live though. Not today. Clothes for cram. A lot of cleaning to do. Lots and lots of cleaning. Okay. So let's take a look at Mr. Man over here. Oh, buddy, you're getting so close. So close. So we'll do...
Okay, sis.
One more here.
You live now?
Yeah.
And she did back in her swing and I put her hand out like you.
On the top of the tray kind of thing. Yeah. Thank you. Take care of that later. Okay. All right, buddy.
Okay.
What's on the side of your face?
You want your sandwich now?
No. I'll get it from you when I go off live. Probably about what time is it? Probably gonna have it around 3.
Okay, I'm gonna go to my room now.
Okay. So we need to mix this. My visors. I'm not gonna bother wearing the gloves since I'm not doing too much today. Not a whole lot I can do. So I will be starting air dries along with these guys because we're having like a crazy winter here. Hasn't been like this in 3 years. The temperature is dropping too cold for baking. So on certain days, because the last time I baked, I think it was 25 Fahrenheit, and Willow got some temperature shock in her ring, just in the ring. So I'm just getting concerned with how cold it is with the reborns getting temperature shock that could damage them. So I'm not baking 25 Fahrenheit and under right now, because even when the windows open just a bit, it's putting way too much cold hitting because the ovens are right under the window. So they're getting hit with way too much cold air. And so that's when it's hitting the oven and the oven's trying to rise. That's why it's causing some issues. Hi, country. So it is causing issues. So right now we're like in 12 Fahrenheit and 18 Fahrenheit for the next 2 days. And then Wednesday, it's going up to 30. So I'm going to bake on Wednesday. So I have something to do while I'm waiting for the baking. I'm going to start some air dries. They're going to be my last air dries this winter for good because I'm going all heat set. So I'm going to start soaking Ellie today and getting her ready for heat set. And I'm also going to be restoring a pickle kit without removing his hair as soon as I receive him in the mail. And there's also a newborn that I'll be doing an air dry. So this gives me a chance to have something to do while waiting on the weather. We are in what the weather calls an Arctic front. This is quite cold for us usually. We usually stay in the 25 and up range, but we're in, I think today is 12 or 18, and then tomorrow's, one of the days is 12 and the other day is 18 degrees. Um, so it's kind of crazy. It's Canada for you. Um, and that's nothing compared to up north. I mean, up north is a lot worse. So it's 17 Fahrenheit right now. So yeah, way too cold for baking. Um, okay. All right. So sorry, I just had to move some get rid of the trolls. There we go. That was easy. No, what? Why was that one hidden? No, this one's not silicone. It's vinyl. See, it's hollow. I just have towel inside of it to help support it in the oven. But silicone is all solid. It's not hollow inside. It's all solid. I mostly work on vinyl. I have painted one silicone, but I mostly work on vinyl. So what I'm doing with this one right now is called touch-ups, because sometimes in baking, the paint doesn't always stick. So when it's a darker tone baby, it doesn't show up for quite a while. So there's some areas on his nose and here and up here that I'm fixing. So I've been working on it for a while because I've been layering it up because I don't want it to look too thick. So I'm finally almost getting there. I'm almost done with layering up. So this is a customer's baby. Most of the babies I'm working on right now are for customers, but I have two that will go up for sale when they're done. This is a customer's baby here. But yeah, that's something that we got to be that I'm definitely going to keep a closer eye on, because I started doing heat set in the spring. These are from the spring, because I'm new to heat set. I've been doing air dry for 6 years. So I'm newer to heat set, so I didn't even think about that. But the nose and the ears and the fingertips and the toes are the most, and the lips is the most likely places that that's going to happen. So I put extra primer on them, which you can do even if you're painting. You can add more primer, and then that'll help the paint stick better. So right now I'm just filling in the areas that need it. It was a lot worse than this before. He's gotten a lot better. I tried using powders, but it wasn't working out the way I needed it to work. So I switched back over. So this just blends it into the nose, because if I use a sponge, it'll take too much off. But yeah, I think this will be pretty close to doing it. Just depends how he bakes. And then what I do, if it has an issue with baking, then I just add some more primer and just keep doing that until it looks not noticeable. So I fixed a lot on them, though. It just takes a lot of patience. It can be very frustrating, but you just have to have the patience and believe in the process. Trust the process that you will get there. I've done it before in air dry, but not in heat set. So it's more challenging for me in heat set because you have to be patient between the baking, and that can be hard because it takes a longer time to fix them. But it's all part of the learning experience. But yeah, he's getting there. So any areas I see where there's a dark line, I want to remove that because that means it's gone over too far. And then it'll leave a dark line, and I don't want that to happen. So looks like it needs some blending under here. You okay, bud? That's my dog. Oops. You want to make sure it's blended. That can be a big issue. My dog's name is Toby. I have 3 dogs, actually. Toby's my big boy. And then I have my Daisy, and I have my Noah. Daisy and Noah are Daisy's a Shih Tzu, Lhasa mix. Noah's a Jack Russell Shih Tzu mix. And Toby, my big boy, is a Great Pyrenees Bouvier mix. He's my big boy. His hair looks like a Highland cow. So I call him my Highland Cog. Cow and dog mixed together. I thought it was clever. Okay, I'm going to just blend this area here. Making me a little nervous. Just want to make sure it blends properly. Because that's the area right in there I'm fixing. This area right here. Then he has... it's when they're like African American, it takes longer to fix them because they're darker. So you got to keep building up those layers. So he had it over here too. He had it in his eyes as well, and I fixed his eyes. This was all pale in here, and I fixed it. And he had pale over here, and I fixed that. So, you know, it just takes being patient and puts me behind on schedule, but you know, what can I do? My customers know that I'm new to heat set, so they expect that I could run into some challenges along the way. So, oh, you have a German Shepherd. I love German Shepherds. You know, I had a Husky German Shepherd mix. His name was Moses. He was 13. He was 13 when he passed away. His back looked like German Shepherd color, but the rest of him was all white, like a husky. And he had a husky personality. German Shepherds are great dogs, though. Very good at protecting. Toby is a good protector. If I'm in my recliner, he doesn't like my sister walking right up to me. He's like, too close. You're too close. Yeah. I have health issues, and I think he picks up on that energy with my body, so he's very protective. I had a fall actually 2 weeks before Christmas, and he came running to me and crying, and I wound up spraining my knee pretty bad. 2 weeks before Christmas. I had to do all my shopping online. Okay, that looks pretty blended. Yeah, this is getting there. It was a lot more off. So, originally he wasn't going to be African American. And so I was painting his lips along the way. You don't usually do that when you do African American. So I've been using a very light pink to kind of hide that brown. And then I go over it with this pink color, like a darker pink. And then this is the color I want to achieve for here, because that's what the customer wanted. And when I just paid, and when these are probably here because I just paid it. Sorry, one second. Just want to make sure it's the amount that I gave them. Actually, yep. Okay. All right. So, oh, is he? I don't know. Toby's around here somewhere. Go. What are you doing? He usually sits in my lounger chair when I'm working. He keeps it warm. Toby, what are you doing? What are you doing, bud? You want to make an appearance? Say hi. I'm Toby. See his hair on his head? It's like a Highland cow. What are you doing? Are you tired? Are you tired? Aww. Hey, you buddy boy, aren't you? Yeah. That's that head over there. That's a rooting job. I root in my lounger. It's just easier on my neck and my back. But yeah, I got heads all over the place. I got these. This one's taking a nap apparently, and these are the other ones in heat set that I'm working on. And then there's him. So that's Laura. That's Sharan. That's Primrose. That's Willow. And that's Oakland. And that's Pickle. So that's customer, mine, selling, and selling. This one goes on a cuddle body, preemie cut cuddle body. And this one goes on, what you call, has full limbs. So those are the ones in heat set that I'm currently working on. So he is my first African American in heat set. I've only done one other African American in air dry. So I'm not used to the African American. So that's why I gave my customer a lower price, because I'm very new to the skin. So all right, bud. So now I'm going to add more of that lighter. It's got more white in it, so that's why it makes it easier for me to lighten up that lip more. Okay. I just heard that one of my customers got the twins today that I've been working on. They're on my YouTube channel if you want to see them. Thank you. I think he's adorable too. Yeah, he's you know, cars actually stop the cars and ask me what breed he is. I tell them he's a dog and Highland cow mix. That's not really what he is. He's a Great Pyrenees, Bouvier, and Greyhound mix. So a lot of people think he's a wolfhound. Wolfhounds look a lot like him, except their noses are longer. So he's got more of the Pyrenees nose. Have you ever seen the movie Snow Dog? not snow dogs, sorry, Santa paws. It's their Christmas movies. It's like a big white dog. Those are Great Pyrenees. And then Bouviers have like a curly, can have a curl to their hair. And they're large dogs. It was nice to meet you too. Okay, I'm going to start working on his lips here. I need a smaller brush. Maybe not that small. Yeah, I can use this. Okay. Okay, everybody, let's just fix that area right so that we can get these lips pinked up. It's just that area. And that was an area that he had trouble with the paint sticking too, so caused me double problems. But I think this layer will be good, and then the pink will start. I'm not a fan of using any colors mixed with white because they can make it look chalky. So that's why I want it really blended. I mostly use just primary colors, which is red, yellow, and blue. I also do use purple, and I use a green in their modeling. It gives the model effect. It's more used as an effect than a color, so it doesn't look green. It makes the modeling pop more, makes it look more like modeled skin. Yeah. Because I have to blend it so much, I have to do so many layers of it. I'll just add another. There, up in here. And then I will bake him before I do the next pink layer. So I should be able to get it pink after this. Make sure that's nice and blended. Blending is also really important in order for the paint to stick, and so it doesn't look blotchy. Blending is extremely important when making reborns. Some people do it too thick because either they do it because they're not patient enough, or they made a mistake in the ratio between paint and thinner, or paint and water, depending on which type of paints you're using. Okay. So I'm going to leave him like that, but I am getting closer with it. So once that's baked, let's kind of start using more pink in there to see if that helps. So I can't bake him until Wednesday because of the weather, unfortunately. Oh, I have my thing up. My palette over here. Stick the brushes on there. Okay. So put this away. And put that brown away. Hopefully it gets darker in that area. Oh, I forgot his neck area. Yeah, I already put the stuff away, so I'll do it tonight. At my 7 o'clock live on TikTok, I'll add more to that area. So, I still got my Grinch tablecloth on. I'm going to change that in February. It's a lot of work to change the tablecloth because of all the stuff on my table. Just grab my water here. All right. So, Laura, she had the same issue with her nose. So, I've been touching up her nose. A lot of it looks pretty good. It's just a little bit here and a little bit there. Yeah, so I just need, so I'm using primary red at a textured level, which means it's not as thin as a wash, but it's, it's still thin, just not as thin as a wash. Mix it with this color here. So I have been away for 2 weeks because of vertigo. It's been really rough. I'll do another little brush in here. Let's see. I'll just use this one. I think I actually wanted to use that for... I'm still having some issues with the visors. It's not helping the vertigo. So what I do is I just tap some paint here. Just in the areas that are a little... But it was all down here. And that's actually come in really nice. So now it's just... It was like a lot of her nose. Like it was like all of this. So now it's come down more. So she's come a long way. So I always tell people, like, don't jump to stripping the paint because you can fix it. So don't jump to stripping it. Use this one. But you gotta have the patience for it. Some people don't have the patience, so they'll just strip them. But stripping heat set is a lot harder than stripping air dry. Air dry is pretty easy to strip, but heat set, oh my gosh, it's a nightmare. So she's heat set, so that's why I'd rather take the time to fix her. And they get way more staining in heat set. So any areas that look darker, I want to take those off because it's overlapping the part that doesn't need it. I'm just going to use the sponge over this area. Yeah. I'm going to add some more here. Oh, where's the brush I was using? Yeah, this one. I think I disturbed the other layer I did because she's not baked yet. So after this layer, I'm going to bake her. Because when you're using heat set paints, they don't settle until you bake them. They don't stay on until you bake them. So going over it, especially the brush like this, can cause the other layer to come off. I think a little bit of it did, so. I'm going to bake her after this one. Now I can fix, so what was I going to say? I can work on other stuff on her. As long as it's not in this area. So I can't bake until Wednesday because of the weather, so. Just want to make sure that this is blended enough. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Okay. Let's go check some here for a second. It's 2:13. Wow. Okay. Just let that dry. There's just this area over here. Just want to make sure I'm not overlapping it. Okay. Alrighty then. So I'll start doing the, since I have the same brush out. Whoa. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to take this little brush here. I'm just going to go the arrows. Oh, thank you, Peekaboo. I'm sorry I didn't see these earlier. Okay, so I'm just going to go over her ears here. This is part of our ear detailing. So I want to make sure that I cover it up to behind that crease there. So I want to make sure that get right in there. Okay, so I'm going to use this and I'm just going to blend it there. Making sure it's nicely blended. Gonna need a sponge for this bottom part here. So I prefer to use the blending brushes than the sponge because the sponge takes off a lot of paint. And this also gives it a more textured look, which is not as flat as it would look if I use the sponge. So I will use the sponges for any areas that have lines in them. Kind of blend out those lines so it looks more natural. I'm going to flip her over. Oops, I think I forgot. I missed an area over here. Can get tricky back here. Get a bit tricky. I had to add primer to her ears because it wasn't, the paint wasn't sticking. It's a very sensitive area. These are some of the areas that can get rub marks on them. So you got to really watch that when you're dressing them, that the clothes are not rubbing the ears. It's just the texture on the ear. It's not as matte as the majority of the head is. The nose is the same way, and so are the toes and the fingers. And the lips. That's another one that's like that. Okay, so you want to make sure you blend it good so it doesn't look blotchy after it bakes. I think my finger touched her other ear. See, this was an area that you can see it's more pale than this part of the ear. So that was an area that was having issues with the paint sticking. I'm just gonna have to there we go. Well, there will be other colors. Blue, red, yellow, and blue is what we put in the ears. So yellow's generally here, and then there's some blues in the other areas here, and it just brings out. You can also add, if you want, little veins. I haven't done that yet. I might do it on her since she's mine, because that gives me an opportunity to learn something on one of my babies, because I don't learn stuff on other people's babies. I learn them on mine first, and then if I feel the confidence about it, then I will start doing it to other kits. There's that area right here that it's still quite... Just gonna make sure I get enough paint off. I want to use a, did I use all three of my, the other one's bigger. Okay, I'm going to use a small paintbrush, and this is called dry brushing. So I'm just going to touch it with a dry one just to blend it. There, that's way better. There, I was able to get in there. Good. So now I'm just going to let her sit for now. I don't want to bunch anything else up. And I am also just getting used to using my visors. So I'm not 100% there yet with the vertigo. So just bear with me each day. I just want to get something done rather than, oops, her head goes up here. I want to get something done rather than nothing done. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still slowly coming back. Yes, I do sell them. We don't have brand names. These are art dolls, so they're made by hand. So they don't have brand names. Only brand names are not legit reborns. Authentic. There are brand names for knockoff reborns, but there isn't for authentic reborns. So what we do is we give sculpture names who sculpted the kit, and then I have brand names of what paint I'm using. And things like that. But the actual doll doesn't really have a brand name because there's different artists that are working together to make it work. So there's the sculpture, there's the paint that's created for just reborns, and then there is the artist itself. So as an artist, I go under Precious Little Lambs. But I'm not the only one that's created these babies. So we have different ones here. So I'm kind of explain it a bit. So this particular one here is Primrose. So she was sculpted by Laura Lee Eagles. This one is Duran. She was originally done as a ceramic acrylic doll. So Bountiful Baby got permission to recreate her in vinyl. And this is Laura. She was sculpted by Bountiful Baby, or Bonnie Brown. Sorry. Bonnie Brown sculpted her. This is Willow. I got her from Bountiful Baby. And no, sorry. That's Willow is Bonnie Sieben. Bonnie Sieben sculpted Willow. And this is Oakland. She was, I forget the sculptor's name, but I got her from Bountiful Baby, who has the copyrights to sell her. And then this is Pickle, and Pickle was sculpted by Nikki Johnston. So they're all like sculpted, have different sculptures, and I'm the artist. So Precious Little Lambs would be the one painting them. And then I have my products that I use. So for heat set, I use mostly Irresistible heat set paints, which is an American company. So that's kind of how it works in the authentic reborn world. There's not, unless people want to know who sculpted it and what paints I'm using, if I'm doing heat set or if I'm doing air dry. Those are general questions you would ask. And if they don't know that information, then they're not a legit artist. So there are a lot of knockoffs like on Amazon, AliExpress, websites. The only safe website to buy a completed reborn is reborns.com. It is a marketplace for reborn artists. No knockoffs are allowed on there. They're all handmade. And then us artists, we have social media that we use. Some have websites. Um, my babies usually sell right off of my social media. Because I work live, they usually sell off of my lives, um, or recurring customers want to know what I'm working on and want to see updated pictures, who don't watch the lives because they don't have time. And they will ask for updated pictures and then they'll let me know if they're interested in it. So I only allow my live, like my regular followers. Um, I do allow them to put a deposit on them before they're completed, but I only allow my regular followers to do that. So they kind of get the first chance of getting them. And that's how all of them have sold that way. So I haven't posted one up for sale yet. Never really got a chance to do that. So yeah, I've been pretty blessed in that way. My prices are pretty competitive as well. So that helps. um Right, yeah. I'm just looking at Laura here right now. I think I see a bit of a line right here. Just want to blend that. No lines. Lines are bad. She's getting there though. Her skin color's done. Now, if this nose gets too red, like where she looks like Pinocchio, I can Pinocchio. I meant Rudolph. I can use a blue wash and kind of tone that red down right there. So some babies have their noses are a little more red, just depends on the baby. But I don't want her nose to be too red. I really don't want that to happen. Um, so I think I'm just going to leave with that today for YouTube. But I'll be live at 7 o'clock on TikTok this evening. That's New York City time, Eastern time. But I'm just going to stop there for today because I can't wear the visors too long yet because of the vertigo. So I'm at my rank of what I can handle with the visors. So I'll see you guys at 7 for those that are on the TikTok account as well. Thank you for watching.